Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Friday, June 6th, 2025. The Colorado Rockies not only won a series, they swept the Miami Marlins this week. Also, MLB All-Star ballots are open, so everybody make sure you go vote for Michael Harris. He's going to need all the help he can get. Vote for all the Braves players, honestly. They're all going to need some help. And vote for some Rockies. Why not vote for some Rockies?
Love that.
Make sure Brenton Doyle's on your ballot. That guy's a baller. I actually wrote this intro before Aaron Rodgers news came out, so I said that there's nothing happening in the NFL. There's one thing happening in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, and my Steelers correspondent here, Luke, will go in-depth on that later in the episode. The Champions League Final was insane. Luke will also be going in-depth on that because I didn't get a chance to tune in on that one. And also, like, the transfer news is already getting out of hand. We're not going to dive into it just yet, but know that when we do, which will probably be 2 weeks from now, we'll start covering a little bit of transfer news. There's already just insane moves that have happened. I really don't get it. And, like, I believe Cesc Fabregas is going to Inter now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Como was trying to block any moves that were made for him, and then now I guess he's just gone.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but
It's a big jump.
it is a big jump. Shout out to Cesc. You got to love a former Spanish midfielder.
Oh, yeah.
They just make a great manager.
Always. Every time.
I don't know why, but they do. If you guys haven't checked it out, we dropped Sports Wavelength on Wednesday. It was a fantastic game to play, a fantastic video that came out of it, and I urge everybody to go watch it if they haven't. It was a blast, and if you guys do enjoy it, we will certainly be playing it again because I think it was as fun as a game of a game as we've played on this channel.
Even if they didn't enjoy it, we will probably be playing it
we're
again.
Playing it
we
again.
had a lot of fun.
And we might even get a little more specific on like themes and stuff throughout it. We'll see.
My team of the season
is
out right now.
Is out. Came out on Thursday.
Make sure you guys check that out as well.
I think the team's great. I'll be honest. I don't really disagree with
already getting
really
grilled on
any
TikTok.
picks.
I can't wait to respond to those guys.
Hey,
so
you gotta love it.
Love
if they're grilling it, that means they care.
Exactly. Oh, I mean, we welcome it. We welcome it.
Yeah, and then also we've got midweek content coming for all of this summer. So next week it's going to be MLB teams by nationality, which I think is going to be a fun kind of a twist. We've done the NFL teams by colleges and whatnot, which was really fun. But the MLB teams by nationality can get tricky.
Huh.
It can get tricky.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say that for now, but it can get tricky. That's going to be a fun video. We got plenty more videos coming you guys' way. We played like an MLB feud type game that's going to come out in a couple weeks. We played some 21 questions that was tough. I'll just start out with tough. 21 questions was tough. I don't want to spoil anything.
That's probably the most mad I've ever gotten.
No, the most mad you've gotten was during feud when Nathan. I don't want to spoil what the question was, but there was a particular question where Luke had zero chance. Actually, two of them. Where Luke had no chance, and he got a little heated.
I got pretty heated.
But hey, we got a fun episode ahead of us today. We got MLB Recap, NFL News, Champions League Final, and then we'll round things out with questions time. Nathan's not in studio today. He's got to work. It's 2 straight episodes he's off, so that means he's got 20 push-ups when he comes back. But Ethan filling in again for us, so shout out to Ethan. And then... just make sure you guys subscribe here on YouTube. You turn on post notifications. That's how you'll know when the midweek content comes out. So you know when the podcast episode comes out. It comes out at 7 a.m. now on Mondays and Fridays. And any of our shorts like the team of the season or anything else we do in the future. So make sure you got that on. Then, of course, follow us on Instagram and TikTok to stay up to date with that kind of stuff. And for the podcast platforms, rate 5 stars and give us a follow. Luke, before we get into the MLB recap, how you doing today?
I'm great. Signed Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be good for you.
I'm exhausted. Long day at work today. Evening recording. We normally don't record this late, especially in person.
This is like this time, 8 p.m. is reserved for Sundays during football season.
Exactly. But overall, a really great day. Saw Metallica earlier this week, which was really good.
I knew a couple of people that were there. Yeah, a lot of people.
And Pantera opened for him, which was really cool. Suicidal Tendencies was the first band that came out. They were the worst band I've ever seen live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know they were big back in the day. Like, they're like 80s.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, you should. But Metallica was great. It was phenomenal.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I mean, Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers kind of hurts me because that means Kirk Cousins is still a Falcon for the time being. So that kind of sucks. But Let's go ahead and get into the MLB recap because I can't wait to talk about the Rockies.
Okay.
They swept the Marlins. I mean, this is insane. This is crazy, though.
And
so they got the win.
Fan.
Yeah. Well, nothing can help us. It doesn't matter what happens. Nothing can help us. Well, luckily, the Marlins are still behind us, but that could change. I'm going to be honest. We're so bad. The Rockies are now 4-0 when they've gone on an 8-game losing streak this year.
Oh, that's good.
So that means they're not getting past 8-game losing streaks. The problem is they're still one of the worst teams ever. But these 3 wins really helped them out because they had like the worst 60-game start or whatever going into this. They get these 3 wins against the Marlins. All of a sudden, the last time a team has started as bad as them, 2022. I don't remember what team it was necessarily, but I mean that's not bad.
No,
that's not bad. It's recent history. That's the Rockies are just trying to not be the worst ever. That's their goal.
Dang, you don't want to see them after they've lost that 8th game.
No, you don't. You do not want to
Really
see them
don't.
after they've lost 8 games in a row. They've got that figured out.
Yeah.
And if you were at Monday's game at Lone Depot Park, you were one of few. 5,894 people at that game to see the Rockies get the 10th win of the season, finally get the entire league to 10 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that I think I did the math. That's like 0.00007% of the world population.
Wow.
Got to see that happen.
Historic.
Yeah, look, that crowd is abysmal. Let's see if we can
Wow.
If you would have asked me how many people are there, I would have said 150.
Looks like COVID.
It looks so empty.
Wow.
COVID looked more full because they had the cardboard cutout.
Oh, yeah. I hated that shit, dude.
Oh, yeah. But shout out to the Rockies. They won their first series since September 18th of 2024. Awful.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's brutal. And then they're now one of, well, they got out of this group of 4 teams initially. Now 3 teams left that haven't swept a team yet. One of them being the Marlins, then the Pirates and the White Sox this season.
Shout out
So
Colorado.
none of them have swept anyone.
Yeah.
But the Marlins have gotten swept their fair share.
Yeah.
How about we talk about the best team in baseball, the Tigers, and Kerry Bonds. I love that nickname for Kerry Carpenter. 3 home run game for him. But what's crazier is in this stretch of 5 games, he had 7 hits. All of them were home runs against the White Sox.
Wow.
Yeah, so in 5 games against the White Sox this season, 7 hits, all home runs. Since 1901, only one other player has done that with no other hits in a 5-game span, and it was Willie Stargell against the Braves in April of 1971.
Okay. Yeah.
So shout out to Kerry Carpenter. Yeah, Kerry Bonds. Other Tigers news and kind of local news, Sawyer Gibson-Long is being activated off the IL. Sawyer Gibson-Long went to Etowah High School, my alma mater. Is that? Do you say that for your high school? I don't know.
He graduated from Etowah.
Yeah, he graduated from Etowah, and so did I. But yeah, shout out to Sawyer. People are saying that like when he comes back, he's going to be like rivaling Jackson Jobe for the 5th spot in the rotation.
Dang.
That's how good Sawyer was before he got hurt.
Okay.
So very excited to see him come back. He hasn't really done much. Like he came up, made his debut, I think last season. Might have been the year before, but he's been out, I believe, with a UCL. I think he got Tommy John potentially. But they're saying that the guy's nasty. So shout out to Sawyer Gibson-Long.
Love that.
Yeah. Potentially the best Major League Baseball player to come out of Etowah because Drew Waters is awful. Yeah, here we go. 6th round pick out of Mercer. Yeah, career numbers. He's 1-0 in the bigs. 23 innings pitched. 29 strikeouts. I mean, it's pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
Pretty good numbers on the career.
Sub 4 ERA. Can't complain.
All right. Let's talk about something crazy. Max Muncy started wearing glasses on the field because he discovered that he was left eye dominant. So he has nearly perfect vision, but his left eye, I guess, is better, or he sees more with his left eye. I don't really know what that means, but that's all everybody says. It's left eye dominant. And in his first game with these glasses he's been wearing on the field, he ended his career-long home run drought.
Wow.
And then, since wearing these glasses, for the last like month or so. I think it's been a month. 9 home runs, 31 RBIs.
Wow. What was how long was the drought?
I think it was like well over like 15 to 20 games.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he went a while without hitting a home run. But
shout out.
Yeah, shout out Max Muncy and his glasses. This is what everybody thought was going to happen to Jameis Winston when he got LASIK. We were all just like, oh, he's going to be amazing. He couldn't see before. But Max Muncy bringing that to life. The Athletics, they seemingly traded places with the Rockies. The Rockies won 3 games. And the Athletics are 1-20 in their last 21.
Dang.
And have a team ERA of 8.12.
Well, I think they won their game today as we're recording.
Well, that's good.
Like 11-2 against the Twins. Yeah.
Shout out to the Athletics. I mean,
they still
pretty
suck
big.
though.
Yeah, I mean, everybody on that team is just on a skid. 14-3 was the win.
Wow.
For the Athletics.
Can we do a check on Luis Severino? How's he been?
Oh, we're actually gonna be talking about
perfect.
it. We are gonna be
Okay,
talking
nice.
about Luis Severino.
Can't wait.
But first, I want you to tell me who won this trade. Okay.
All right.
2022. Go all the way back to then. Juan Soto gets traded to the Padres for these prospects: C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore, Robert Hassel III, Jarlin Susana, and James Wood.
Okay. Kind of sounds like the team that got Juan Soto may have won that trade.
Oh, really? Because they got a shitty season out of him and then traded him to the Yankees.
Well, I guess that is true. I thought he was good with the Padres.
I mean, he was fine. I think they got maybe a year and a half.
He's better than he is now, right?
Oh, that is true. But I think the team that got C.J. Abrams and so they're starting shortstop for the Nationals. Mackenzie Gore, the ace, and I believe the strikeout leader in the league this season. At least he was for a while.
No way.
And James Wood, who has had like a breakout season that like he's slowly getting into like 4th or 5th place for NL MVP.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's insane. Right now, James Wood has a 168 OPS plus this season. He's tied 4th in the NL with an F4 of 2.7. So
pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say the Padres lost the trade, considering they didn't even sign Juan Soto long term after that trade either.
Yeah,
that's the bad part there.
They didn't even make it to the playoffs when they had Juan Soto, did they? I don't think they did.
Yeah, you might be right. They might have maybe had a first round exit. I can't remember. The other big thing, speaking of prospects, Jack Caglione called up by the Royals. Started his career by getting robbed of an extra base hit by Victor Scott at the wall in his first at bat, and then his second at bat, a 112.1 mile per hour ground out. Unfortunately, it was to Nolan Arenado, so that wasn't going to happen. And then a 96.9 mile per hour ground out. Those were his first 3 at bats.
Welcome to the big leagues.
Yeah, but then he finally got his first hit of his career today. He got a RBI double, and I thought it was really cool that his RBI double he hit in Salvador Perez. So you got like the young guy coming up, first guy to come up within a year of being drafted by the Royals since Bo Jackson.
Pretty good company.
That's good company. But pretty cool to see like the next young guy in the system for the Royals and like this big name come up and kind of like it was like a little bit of like a baton pass between him and Salvador Perez. Which I thought was awesome. And also, he's only played 30 professional games. I think maybe it's less than that. I think it might be 20 professional games in the outfield because he was a first baseman at Florida, and he's only played a handful of games in the outfield. Playing some damn good right field.
Okay.
So shout out to Jack Caglione. I mean, he can throw the hell out of a ball. So.
I think when we were doing our previews and we were going through by rookies, I'm pretty sure I had him as a first baseman. I didn't even know he played outfield.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. That's the thing. He wasn't an outfielder, and then they were just like, hey, you're not going to get up because Vinny Pasquantino's got first base. Yeah. So you're going to have to learn the outfield. And they stuck him out there for a couple of games.
Good for him.
And now that's where he's patrolling, and he's looking pretty good. I mean, he's a little big. He might have trouble, range-wise, but I'm excited to see him play. That's the big thing. And just getting that bat in the lineup is so huge.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's start off this good pitching with Mackenzie Gore, who I was talking about earlier. Against the Cubs, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Lowered that season ERA to 2.87.
I'm so glad he's finally broken out.
Yeah. Mackenzie Gore is the strikeout leader in the league right now. So yeah, he's just been absolutely killing. I mean, I think it was his first game of the season. He struck out like 13, and he's just been rolling since.
You know how many Yankees franchises I've traded for him in the show?
That's smart. That is very smart.
Do like McKenzie.
Yeah. The Mets, their pitching has just been so good. And it's out of the guys you wouldn't expect it from. Paul Blackburn with a hell of a day against the Dodgers. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts on 77 pitches. And then Griffin Canning, unreal. He has been unreal against some of the best teams in the league. 6 innings pitched against the Dodgers, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts for him. In his 3 starts against the Cubs, Yankees, and Dodgers, 17.1 innings pitched, 12 hits, 3 walks, only 3 earned runs, and 16 strikeouts.
That's those 3 teams added up?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Only 12 hits?
Yeah.
Dang.
Against the Cubs, Yankees, and Dodgers this season. It's
Not
crazy.
bad.
And lowered his season ERA to 2.9. Griffin Canning, by the way, is who the Braves got in return for Jorge Soler, and then we non-tendered him before the season even started.
Nice.
And then the Mets picked him up. So that's awesome. And also, the Mets pitching's been good. So has the Giants. The Giants pitching's been awesome. Robbie Ray won NL Pitcher of the Month for last month. I talk about him like every week. I'm not going to talk about him today. But I am going to talk about Logan Webb because he went 8 innings against the Padres, 6 hits, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts on 102 pitches. That is just
good day.
The prototype pitching performance for Logan Webb for some reason. And then Landon Roop as well, 6.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts for him against the Padres. So the Giants are getting it done pitching-wise. The offense, still pretty awful. And then we get to Drew Rasmussen first for the Rays. Outstanding stuff against the Rangers. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts. And he's actually allowed no runs over his last 4 starts and currently has a scoreless streak of 23 innings pitched.
Damn.
Yeah, so shout out to Drew Rasmussen doing something for the Rays, whose pitching staff in general has come alive these last couple weeks. Now we get to Paul Skeens.
Here we go.
The Pirates are just a waste of space. I just don't understand what they do here. He pitched an outstanding outing against the Astros of all teams, the leaders in the NL West, the AL West. 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts on 99 pitches.
Don't tell me they lost that.
He got the loss.
Oh.
They didn't just lose. He got the loss for giving up 1 run across 8 innings.
Yeah, and 9 Ks and 1 walk.
Yeah. And
3 hits.
He's the first pitcher since Pedro Martinez in 2000 to lose 2 separate starts in one season with stats of 8+ innings pitched, 1 or 0 runs, 1 or 0 walks, and 8+ strikeouts.
There's not much else you can do.
No, there is literally nothing else you can do. He could have gone the whole game and they still would have lost.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And he's done it twice this year. Here's another crazy stat for you. He's only allowed 19 earned runs in 13 starts this year, and the Pirates have lost 8 of the games that he has started.
Oh, man.
Here's another one. He's gone 6+ innings and allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in his last 6 starts. His record is 1-3 in those starts. He got 3 losses out of that. That's insane. Like, they're obviously not going to trade him, at least for a couple years.
Yeah.
But they are just wasting this guy up there.
Definitely.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. So we're going to go from a bad team to some bad pitching.
They need to go out and get a bat before trade deadline.
They need to get 1,000 bats and hope that one of them works.
And just swing them all.
Yeah.
1,000 torpedo bats.
Let's talk about some bad pitching and a guy who, if this had been a segment earlier, would be a fixture here. Lucas Giolito. This guy loves a bad outing. And against his former team, the Los Angeles Angels, he went 1.2 innings pitched, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout.
God.
Yeah, the Red Sox, not a great one for them in that game. And you asked about him earlier. Yeah. Luis Severino. You notice he's in the bad pitching segment here.
Oh, man.
Against the Twins, 5.2 innings pitched, 9 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout.
How did he almost go 6 innings?
I think it was a lot of late trouble. He started off a little shaky.
Yeah.
It let him go, and then it blew up in his face. And then this last one is more just me admitting, look, I like to take my wins around here.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah.
But I also got to take my losses. So, like, I came into the season, we did our AL East preview, and I had some interesting picks on pitchers that I thought might be really good. Now, I think I hit the nail on the head with the Ryan Pepio. I think he's been pretty good.
And the you like the Orioles guy too, right?
Yeah. Tomoyuki Sugano,
Yes.
who also, by the way, I had so much good pitching, I had to leave him off. He had like 7 innings pitched with 9 strikeouts the other day.
Damn. Wow.
But I was wrong about Bowden Francis. That one hasn't quite lived up to my billing, at least for him. Against the Phillies, 1.1 innings pitched, 7 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 2 walks, 2 home runs. Not great for Bowden Francis, but look, I can't win all the time. I can't hit on everything. Last week, and this is kind of the end of the pitching segment, it's not bad or good. Well, I guess it is bad, but in a different sense. We talked about how Brandon Woodruff is seemingly just never going to come back from this rehab assignment.
Yeah.
Well, he's well over 36 innings pitched now on his rehab assignment. And the other day, left his rehab assignment after taking a 108-mile-per-hour liner to his pitching elbow. This guy just can't win. That's just brutal for Brandon Woodruff. And like that guy, I mean, Brandon Woodruff was a guy who, when Corbin Burns was still there, he was like maybe the best number 2 in the league. And then he was a great ace for the Brewers after he left. And then he got hurt, and it's just, he just can't get back on the mound. I don't know what the deal is, but that just sucks for him.
Yeah.
And for the Brewers. I mean, they've been begging for this guy to come back up for years now.
So what's his new injury? Is he out for longer now,
I would assume he's going to miss some time. I think the rule is like if he misses a whole week while he's on a rehab assignment, they have to like restart it for him.
That's probably smart.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Brandon Woodruff, but that is just unfortunate stuff to happen.
Yeah.
It is brutal.
Definitely.
So I was talking about how the Red Sox struggled with Lucas Giolito on the mound, but the other thing is that they struggle in one-run games. They've lost 17 one-run games this season.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's the most one-run losses in team history through 61 games.
Wow.
I did a little math. If 8 of those games went their way, just 8 of them, they'd be 38-26.
Which is pretty damn good.
That would make them the 7th best team in baseball right now behind the Dodgers. Instead, they're 21st, and they're 4 spots out of the wild card in the AL.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
I mean, it's just a handful of these one-run games go their way, and they're fine.
Yeah.
One game did go their way, though. Ceddanne Rafaela on Wednesday walks it off for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And the craziest part about it, walks it off with a home run, the 3rd shortest over-the-wall home run in the StatCast era. 308 feet.
It's a cheat code out there in right field.
It is a cheat code for sure. The 2 that were shorter, Lorenzo Cain, back in July of 2017, hit one 302. That's the shortest of the StatCast era. I don't know what park that was at. I doubt it was Kauffman Stadium, but Stephen Vogt with 2nd, just 1 foot less than Rafael, is at 307 back in 2019.
I got to see the 302 one.
Ethan, can we find Lorenzo Cain 302-foot home run?
We can even do it after the podcast. I just
well, we're about to start going through some videos, so we can just kind of tee it up with this one. Nice.
No.
That kind of upsets me. There's so much better things Lorenzo Cain's done in his career. We're about to get hit with a 15-second unskippable ad, probably.
Oh, love that. Oh, Grayson, there's your laptop.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there we go. Okay. Opposite field. Yep, it's in Boston. It kind of has to be. Wow. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, that was really short.
Oh, he even hit like the screen thing on the foul pole and everything.
Poor Mookie. No chance.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Wow.
Well, that's pretty insane. All right. Our next thing. Luis Angel Acuna. One of the weirdest moments I've ever watched because everything that happens in this is so unexpected. Yeah, go ahead and restart this video for us. We got a spoiler here. Yeah. So, okay. So, Lindor up to bat. All right. He had fouled one off, and it hit off his foot. Heading for the dugout. Luis Angel Acuna. Why is he in a catcher's mask and has a catcher's glove? He is a second baseman. and he's just out there at the end of the dugout, and he's like getting ready. He's
Bro, they're
working.
top of the fifth beating the Dodgers. He don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
dude, and I doubt he was even in the starting lineup. He was just out there. But shout out to Luis Angel Acuna. I guess he's getting work behind the plate, maybe.
That's amazing.
It was awesome.
Also, even behind the catcher's like face mask, it looked like Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, they look so alike. Yeah, one does suck, and one's team sucks. So I guess they can trade off there. Shout out to Wyatt Langford getting athletic. Made an incredible hurdle over the tag of Jonathan Aranda at first base here.
Oh, I think I saw this.
Yeah, this was pretty awesome by Langford. Like, so perfectly done. It couldn't have been better timed. And just...
And he stayed on his feet.
Yeah, and he touches the base, too. But, like, Aranda just couldn't quite get him, and his hand comes down as the knee comes over, and he also gets that right foot down on the base.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, how perfectly timed.
I wonder if he could be wide receiver, too.
By Wyatt Langford.
Just stay near the sidelines for us.
I'm sure the Dallas Cowboys would love him.
Yeah.
He'd stay in town and everything. Love
that.
All right, Luke, you want to see a fun video? There's something happened. A little kid helping out O'Neal Cruz put his helmet on. This is hilarious. Jose Altuve, 5'6", reaching up to put O'Neal Cruz's helmet back on his head is hilarious. It just looks so funny.
Wait a minute.
He is so little.
Is Altuve standing on the bag? I think, okay, I'm probably like 6'5'11". I don't think I could reach up to someone who was 6'7" and put a helmet on their head while he's standing
O'Neal Cruz is
straight up.
6'5", I believe.
I thought he was 6'7".
He's 6'5". Close. Shut up, Ethan. Close the window. It says it. Oh, he is 6'7". Okay. Yeah, I mean,
right? I don't think I could do that.
No, you definitely could.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, your arms are
going
to reach much higher than that.
He's standing straight up, though. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's weird.
I think that'd be really easy to do.
Fair
if he
play.
was like 7 foot, maybe it'd be difficult. I don't know. Yeah, but you got to take off it's from shoulder up. I don't know. I
That's
think it'd be
hilarious,
pretty
though.
easy. But yeah, it was hilarious.
Love that interaction.
Okay. I don't have anything else for the MLB. Anybody have anything off the top of their head?
I'll need to pull it up with
Yeah.
the reels, though. It might take me a second. Sorry,
you're
guys.
good. The Braves suck, by the way. Shout out, welcome back, Freddie Gonzalez. What a cop-out, weird-ass move that was. I don't know why we got rid of Tuyasa Sopo. It's just not his fault. But, I mean, we didn't even get rid of him. We just sent him down, which is the funniest thing to do to a coach. Yeah, he used to be the head coach of the Stripers, and now he's like the infield assistant or whatever the hell they gave him.
I have something to cheer you guys up.
Okay.
Former Brave. Since the mound was lowered in 1969, 2 MLB pitchers have had 7+ wins, no losses, and an ERA under 1.5 entering Memorial Day.
Max Fried.
And?
I don't know.
Pedro Martinez.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were both going to be former Braves when you prefaced with former Brave, but gotcha.
Let's see what else I got. Is that from May 19th? Yeah.
A little outdated.
Did you see the home run that Ketel Marte hit? And he hit it so damn hard, it just bounced straight back to Acuna.
Yeah, and Acuna didn't even turn around till it like hit the seats. Yeah, no, it wasn't like it wasn't about the exhibit. I mean, he crushed that ball.
It was 113.2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it just hit the right spot on like a seat or like a stair or something. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we got dicked down. And then today we take a huge lead and we still blow it. Crazy. It's got to be Freddie Gonzalez's fault.
Nathan was actually telling me about that today. I couldn't believe that.
Awful. I was on a broadcast. I was like, "Oh, we're good. We're good. It's like 7-4. We got this." I think it was 9-4. Yeah. It's like 9-4. I was like, "Oh yeah, we got this." And then I check my phone and I see a close game alert. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me. We're down 11-10." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Another cool thing that happened today, your brother also showed me the video you did with Lake Point eating the burger.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
Thanks,
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Oh, is there a TikTok? I didn't see the TikTok. Oh, God. What did you do? What did you say? Oh. God. It's a picture. Oh, is it? You get the screenshot? That's funny. That is funny. That burger was awesome. I'm not kidding. If you happen to be at Lake Point,
it wasn't just PR.
No, it was actually very good. It is $40.
Yeah,
which is crazy, but pretty awesome. Just me. Yeah.
Love that.
Go follow Lake Point if you guys don't.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff in the high school baseball world.
Last thing I have, Grayson, can you help me out with that last name?
Yeah, Brennan Fott.
Someone said Brandon fought through the first yes hitter in baseball history. He went 0 innings pitched, 6 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned, no Ks, no walks, no home
I
runs.
believe that made yeah, that is the Tony Snell line. That made the bad pitching segment the other day, I believe.
There you go. Yeah.
Shout out to Brendan Fott, though. He was pretty good in the playoffs for them when they made it to the World Series. Okay, that's going to do it for the MLB. We got very little NFL news. And we're going to obviously start with the only thing that's worth talking about in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers will sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Took him a long time to
Came out of the woods.
Yeah, he came out of the
Finally.
woods, got off the ayahuasca. He's not off of it, but
Never.
he's not actively on it. He's not actively on ayahuasca, and he said, you know what? I think I am going to go to Pittsburgh. That's all it was.
He came out of the ground.
Yeah. Decided that he wants to spend his days with Mike Tomlin.
I couldn't be happier
I'm sure
about this.
Yeah.
It's just like I told Ethan pre-recording, I don't care how 9-8 he makes us.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to have Aaron Rodgers. And who knows, maybe you can make an argument that DK is like one of the best receivers he's ever had that he's going to be able to throw to.
I
He's
think
at least
Devontae
top
Adams.
3.
Devontae Adams is number 1. I think
DK's got to
handedly.
be top 3 though.
You
could say 2.
Yeah. Yeah,
Unless
I mean,
you wanna, like,
Garrett Wilson would be kind of an odd choice because they didn't do much together.
Yeah. And maybe you could argue Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson doesn't have the skill
No,
of
but he
DK
had the numbers
and the connection
Yeah,
with Rodgers. But yeah, I'm excited for Aaron Rodgers a lot.
I think that's a good conversation to have, though. What are the top 3 wide receivers? Really, who's 2 and 3? I think Devontae Adams is handedly number 1,
Yeah.
but we'll see what he does with DK. Because if DK isn't very good with him, then that kind of takes that out of question.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that the offense just looks like we can move down the field.
Yeah.
Finally. I hope that Caleb Johnson can run well. He was working out with Aaron Rodgers over the summer, which was kind of cool to see. I just hope that we can move the ball down the field. I know I called Aaron Rodgers last season like the king of the incomplete pass because it just seemed like he was always trying to make these crazy ass throws.
Yeah.
The Steelers just need somebody on that side of the ball. And I think we may have got our guy.
Yeah, I think it is so much easier to go into training camp and just be like, all right, we've got our starter.
Yeah.
If you go into training camp and you've got this odd QB situation, one of them's a rookie, one of them a guy who used to be with the franchise but is certainly out of favor.
Yeah.
Like, it was just going to be a weird scenario for everybody.
Definitely.
So I think, look, I'll see if Arthur Smith doesn't ruin another veteran quarterback that he's coaching.
Yeah, and now I would say that with the addition of Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers kind of are in a decent position with the quarterback room because you have the vet who's going to be the starter. You have the bridge player in Will Howard, and then Mason Rudolph is a sure option if Will Howard's not playing well if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's my 2 cents.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think I think Rodgers is good enough to make you guys maybe win 10 games.
I'm fine with that.
Anything's better than 9.
Still be better than the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Tomlin loves being 9-8. Honestly, you guys might, bro. No. If you guys are 9-8, or if you guys are 9-7 at the going into the week 18,
We're losing.
Rodgers isn't even going to play. Mike Tomlin's gonna be like, look, we're gonna get the 7 seed. We're good. if we lose, we get the 7 seed. That's all I want.
Yep. Travel to some really cold place for the wild card, get bumped out, and
can't wait to go play. go play in Buffalo again.
I mean, it's the greatest formula in all of football.
Go 9-8 and lose in the first round.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've
got
been
it down.
So
pat.
accustomed to it.
At this point, there is some kind of math behind it that Mike Tomlin knows that we don't.
Seriously, I want to say, like, with the defensive additions like Darius Slay, and I would even argue Jack Sawyer as well, I do think the Steelers could win at least 2 playoff games this year. I'm actually kind of confident.
I mean, everybody can.
Yeah. I mean, I like how we look.
Hey, I'm glad you're confident in the Steelers. That's true. That is a good point. Any NFL team can win games. Everybody wins one, unless you're the Lions that one time.
Yeah.
But I like this signing. I like it.
Yeah.
I just like that Rodgers is still playing the sport.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. I don't care who it was for. I do hate that Kirk Cousins is not going to be a Steeler. That sucks. But
and I guess last thing I want to say about Aaron Rodgers is stay tuned for Grayson and I to wear our Aaron Rodgers jerseys because I'll definitely be getting a Steelers one. He has the Packers one,
Yeah.
so we will definitely do an episode.
Right now it's
with
pinned
the
up on my
Rodgers
wall from the draft, but
Yeah,
I'm sure it can
because
come
he
down.
is a favorite player that we share. We both really enjoy
Aaron Rodgers behind like non-Falcons of like the 2010s and 2020s.
Yeah.
Rodgers is my guy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Saquon Barkley.
Mm.
Going to be the cover athlete for Madden 26. And on this cover, he's doing the reverse hurdle. Are we playing it out? Is the reverse hurdle played out? Because I really think it is.
No.
I think it totally is. It's cool. And it was really cool when he did it. And we can do that. But like, I don't need to see it on the cover of Madden, bro.
Well,
It's the same thing that they did with the Odell catch. Literally the exact same thing.
which I would argue deserved it just as much.
But like, do we need? Yeah, the Odell catch was very cool.
This is both of them are unprecedented like plays
For sure.
Odell catch was a better color.
Yeah.
I'll agree.
Yeah,
with
I
that.
mean,
yeah.
that sucks. Obviously, that's not the full cover because the player will be in frame on the full cover. On the actual cover? That's crazy.
That's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would assume it'd be expanded, you know? It's got to be more than that. I think that's maybe all they've released so far, but the actual... Yeah.
I think that play deserved Madden cover, but it needed to be done. It needed to be done better than that. That
Yeah.
just looks bad.
Yeah, and I also... It's not like any team. It's just like a
I think it's a Jaguars
nondiscrete...
player.
No, it's just a black helmet, right? Oh, it is? Okay.
But not this. It's just like
Yeah, it's just a black helmet.
it's actually a normal.
Oh,
Rip.
really? Oh. Yeah, they didn't make that tackle. Yeah. Who was it? Oh, okay. But yeah, I also hate that like to shoot it, they had him on the wires. That shit bothers me. Make him do it for real. Okay, so there's like a little bit more of the player on that cover. But also, do you at this point do you want to be on the cover of Madden? The cover curse right now, especially for running backs, bad. No, McCaffrey was on it last year. Well, yeah, but he didn't win MVP. But for running backs, it's particularly bad, is what I've heard. I mean, you've got McCaffrey, Peyton Hillis was one of the
That's
last
one of my
ones.
favorite Madden curses.
It's a great Madden cover
Yeah.
too.
Crap, I'm trying to
I
think.
think
What are all
I
the
I saw somebody talking about it. No, there hasn't been a lot. Somebody in the early 2000s.
Was one of them the Seahawk? Sean Alexander? Is that the Seahawk?
No. Yeah, but that was like a shared cover.
Oh, it was Marshall Faulk, Grayson.
Marshall Faulk. Yeah,
Madden
and he
20
did not run for very many yards after that cover.
Okay.
I think I think he was probably the best of the bunch. But I think for the most part, a lot of guys fell off after it. Of course, all these images suck.
Oh, and I was right too. That whoever that legendary early 2000 Seahawks running back is, I can't remember if his name is Sean Alexander, but
think
he's
it is.
one of them.
If it's a early 2000s one, it is Sean Alexander.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw it on TikTok.
Who's the Titans one in
Let me
Madden
see.
2? It's so blurry, but there's
No,
a Titans running back.
wouldn't
on
be
there.
CJ2K, would it?
No, way too early because it's
Okay.
past like Vic and.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Huh. There's another Titans player here. Quarterback? Vince Young?
I don't
Maybe?
think he made a Madden cover.
I hope not.
Yeah,
Oh my God, it is Vince Young.
Is it actually?
Bro, look at. Oh, gosh.
This is one of those things where I'm just like I'm so oblivious to it. It was Vince Young. Who was that Seahawk? Sean Alexander? Okay, cool.
So who's the other Titans running back in Madden 2001?
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, no, check
yeah,
this
I
out.
didn't even think about that.
Vince Young.
And I think he was another one where he just fell off after being on the cover. Shout out Dante Culpepper. I always forget about him. Yeah, he was the one where it was like the stat that the dude gave in this TikTok was like borderline. It was just like, yeah, well, his like average yards per carry after this for the rest of his career was like 3. I was like, that's not that
Whatever.
bad. Yeah. I don't know what they were trying to prove with that one. But
Yeah.
Madden 10, what a cover. What a cover. Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald.
That one is incredible.
So good. Anthony Richardson's got a shoulder injury.
Oh, man.
Now, most people would think, logically, okay, so Danny Dimes maybe has the starting job. Am I stupid to think that Riley Leonard is going to try and rival Danny Dimes for this job?
No.
Okay. Because, like, I
don't think
nobody's talking about Riley Leonard in this situation. Not that I'm saying Riley Leonard is, the savior of Indianapolis, but, like, it's obviously not Anthony Richardson.
Did you watch his Gruden QB camp, Riley Leonard?
Yeah.
What did y'all think? Because
I
I
thought he
never
was
saw
all
that one.
I thought he was all right.
Yeah.
Will Howard had the best 10.
Yeah, he looked.
Hands down.
I watched that
Will
one.
Howard
That
had
one
the
was
best
good.
I
one.
liked him.
Yeah. Riley Leonard was cool.
Yeah.
Worst one, Quinn Ewers. He was so
I never
annoying.
saw
Jackson
Quinn
Dart
Ewers.
Oh, he was
I
so
hated
annoying.
Jackson Darts.
I didn't
But
mind
also,
Jackson
it's
Dart.
Jackson Dart, so I'd expect that from him.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was such a douche.
Nah,
No, I did.
I don't know.
His name is Jackson with an X, and his last name's Dart.
and he's a quarterback,
And he's a quarterback at Ole Miss.
and he played at U.
Yeah, and he played at USC before that. Think of all the USC quarterbacks of recent times and how they're all assholes.
Yeah,
Carson
that one
Palmer?
dude that
That's not
always-
recent.
One dude that's like, I was a bust. I can't remember.
Matt
his-
Leinart?
No, Josh Rosen.
No,
No,
went
he
to
was
Pitt
UCLA.
for like his
Oh,
senior
never mind.
year or something.
Oh.
I can't
You're
remember.
talking about Max Brown? Max Brown was UCLA.
No, it was a USC quarterback, and then he went to Pitt, and he's like, I was a captain.
Phil Jerkovich?
I always
What did you just Jerkovich?
Phil
No way.
Jerkovich was a Pitt
I
quarterback.
don't even know what I'd look for this.
Look up Phil Jerkovich, see if he played at USC, because I feel like he was
Hold
a
on.
Southern Cal
USC.
guy.
We got to figure this out.
Nah, he was a Notre Dame.
That's
Yeah, you're right.
actually
He
his
was-
name.
It was Max Brown, but he went to UCLA.
No,
Right?
he went to USC.
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn he was a UCLA guy.
No.
Shout out to Phil Jerkovich, though. He has nothing to do with this conversation. He played at Notre Dame, Boston College, and Pitt.
Great coverage.
But I love Phil Jerkovich.
Please never.
Bro
stop saying
simply
that.
existed. that's about it. That's about
Oh,
all
man.
he did. But yeah, no, I think Riley Leonard's actually going to rival Danny Dimes for that job in Indianapolis.
I think he ought to. I mean, what does Danny Dimes even prove to that organization right now? The same amount as Riley Leonard. So.
Yeah, essentially. I have nothing else for the NFL. Like, this is just. Oh yeah, Rashad Bateman got an extension. I think it was 3 years. Kind of got paid.
He probably deserved
low-key.
that.
Yeah, no,
He
I
was
think he
alright.
did. I think he's very underrated.
I was thinking about this today and how much I enjoyed talking about it, but I'm totally down to just like act like the Stephon Diggs thing just happened. The pink powder stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, he was.
I think it was
that's like one of my
98 mil.
favorite things we've ever talked
you
about
see-
for some reason.
How good he was looking
Yeah.
at training camp
No.
the other day,
Uh-uh.
bro. He looked good. He looked really good. He must have had a lot of that shit in him, dude.
I think it was like 3 year, 98 mil or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I know
Yeah,
it was 3.
For Rashad Bateman.
yeah, bro. Rashad got paid. I don't think it was 98.
It may have been 96. I know it was in the 90s.
Was
It's
it?
in the 90s still.
Just look up Rashad Bateman. Yeah, Rashad. Like I said, he got paid. I mean, I think he deserves it. He really he was a touchdown machine last year.
Yeah, he
too.
was.
36. I'm sure.
36.
Yeah.
Was it per year though?
It may have been.
Because I think it was a higher number
It
than
was
that.
3
Oh, 3 years, 36.
I don't
Okay,
know
so yeah,
where
you
I
were
got
out of
that.
bounds, bro. That was crazy.
I think I was thinking 36 per year or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Just done the
Yeah,
math.
Rashad Bateman,
I was
3
thinking
years,
about it.
$98 million. Something about
That for me was like,
it didn't
there's
sound
no
right.
way he's making 32 mil.
It didn't sound right. I
That would
was
be
going
crazy.
off straight my brain.
Okay, that's fair.
Didn't say
Yeah,
much.
let's not trust Ethan's brain anymore.
I also saw something else when I was just scrolling through my notifications.
What do you got?
Terry McLaurin has made it clear to the Commanders that
yeah.
he's frustrated with the lack of progress on a long-term deal.
Interesting. I mean, you got to pay that guy.
Yeah,
You can't
Definitely.
settle for Debo.
especially because he finally got his quarterback at like
Yeah.
30 years
Dude,
old. Or
Debo's
going to
walk into training camp with a Zeke belly on him.
If he's lucky.
Yeah, if he's lucky, he's going to look like Zeke, dude. Debo's
Jason
going to.
Kelce.
Hot take: De'Ami Brown outplays Debo Samuel next year.
Whoa.
Dude, De'Ami Brown. was
De'Ami Brown
killing.
on the roster.
He ought to do, bro.
I'm just checking.
He was so good in the playoffs.
I'm pulling it
White Sox
up.
pulled up Kyle Teal.
Oh, nice. White Sox pulling up Kyle Teal. So what are they doing at catcher? Because Edgar Cuero's up too. They don't
Who
really
knows?
care.
They
They'll
don't
probably
care.
put him at fucking shortstop. They don't know
have
what the
two
fuck they're
DHs.
doing. Yeah, and no pitcher. De'Ami Brown, not a Commander anymore. Noah Brown.
Made a damn big mistake there.
They've got a really deep wide receiver room.
Where is De'Ami Brown?
Ethan, can you pull that up while I go through this wide receiver? So they've got Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Michael Gallup, KJ Osborne,
What?
Jacksonville.
Ja'Cory Brooks,
Jacksonville.
who I think was a huge sleeper in the draft, Jacoby Jones, Chris Moore, Michael Strachan. Mike Strachan.
That's actually kind of amazing.
That's
KJ
pretty
Osborne,
solid.
Michael Gallup.
Yeah, I love Ja'Cory Brooks. I think he's going to be great. Just needs a chance. That's pretty solid. What?
Jacoby Jones? I didn't know there was another Jacoby Jones.
Yeah, it's a different Jacoby Jones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the other one passed away, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Very sad.
No, this
Oh, he's a
one is
rookie.
from UCF.
Can we do a quick check on where De'Ami Brown is on the Jacksonville Jaguars depth chart?
Oh, I didn't even hear Ethan say that he was on the Jags.
Yeah. That's a great
I'm
signing.
pulling it up, Ethan.
I'm really
You're
high
good.
on him.
Let's see. De'Ami Brown third. Brian
Not
Thomas
bad.
Jr., Travis Hunter, De'Ami Brown.
That's actually pretty nice.
And then Parker Washington. It's not bad. Well, they signed Louis Reese-Zammit, the former rugby player from the Chiefs.
Huh.
I love their running back room. Yeah. Yeah. I love the Jags running back room. Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby, and Bashul Tutin. Fantastic running back room. Okay, let's move on from the NFL because now we're just talking about bullshit. And let's talk about the Champions League final.
Oh man.
I know you're excited, so I'm gonna let you loose here.
Yeah, I mean, so the game opened up, and you could already kind of tell PSG were just all over Inter. Inter really couldn't string anything together long enough to actually have a little bit of offense. It was Paris Saint-Germain from 0 to 90, and it was so fun to watch. And I've said this on the podcast before, but the thing about blowouts is, yes, it's not an entertaining game, but one team is playing at like the highest level.
Yeah.
And PSG, out of any performance I had seen in the Champions League all season long, PSG, that was like the best single game performance I watched all season long. From striker all the way to goalkeeper, well, goalkeepers don't run around. From striker all the way to defense, their players never stopped running.
Yeah, like you sent me the clip, and I had seen it, but Kvaratskhelia in like the 80th minute or something.
When they're up
yeah.
already.
It was unbelievable. They were up like 4-0 already.
Yeah.
And he's like running down a defender all the way back to the back line to get an interception and pass out to his defense.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
There was also, I think it was Doué's 63rd minute goal.
Yeah.
All started because Pacho wrapped his leg around a defender to keep it from like going out for like a goal kick, I think.
Yeah.
And the
They
counterattack just started.
They wouldn't stop.
No.
They would not stop. And it wasn't like I didn't even watch the actual game itself, but like literally just seeing the highlights. It
Yeah.
was like everything came off of like this incisive interception by a guy who probably didn't need to be in that position necessarily. Or like something just over and over and over again where it was just like they were trying harder than Inter in this game.
That's simply what it was.
It was crazy.
I feel bad for DeMarco on Inter. Very great player. He had an absolute howler
yeah.
in this game. Horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible. He was the cause of the first goal
Brutal.
and second goal.
Yeah. And like Inter just couldn't find anything. It didn't matter. Like at any point in this game, PSG knew that if you can tire out this Inter squad, that's the thing. Inter either plays really offensively and they lack on defense, or they play super defensively, but you can tire them out.
Yeah.
If you keep going at them, you're going to break them down.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what PSG did. And I think also just the way that PSG approached them was so deflating. And the way that PSG just immediately got into the scoring sheet was so big. Hakimi in the 12th minute is massive for your momentum.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Doué in the 20th. And then you get into the second half. You're already up 2-0 going into the half. You think maybe we have a chance. Maybe we're in this game. PSG still just comes out of the half with more energy than they did going in.
Yeah.
And then it's Due in the 63rd, Coversley in the 73rd, and Mayulu in the 86th.
Yeah,
like,
19 years
just
old.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Scoring in the Champions
And the
League
craziest thing, the one guy who didn't score, Ousmane Dembele.
What was really interesting to see, and I didn't even see PSG do this whenever they played Liverpool in the Champions League, but Due, Dembele, and Cavra were interchanging the entire game. One of them would be at striker, other two on the they just kept.
Yeah, they're super fluid because all
Yeah.
of them are more than capable of playing all those positions.
Exactly, and it was so fun to watch. And Vitinha, it was untouchable.
He commands the field. So how the hell was he not getting into the squad at Wolves?
I didn't
How
even
does
know
that-
he played for Wolves. Dude.
Yeah, I'm like fairly sure that he was at Wolves for a stint at least. And I believe I saw that after the. Yeah, he was on loan at Wolves and could not get. He had 19 appearances for Wolves from 2020 in the 2020-2021 season on loan from Porto, and then PSG bought him in 2022.
Yeah.
He's made 93 appearances for them with 14 goals.
I mean, it's amazing. I could go on and on. Mendez was great. Hakimi was
Yeah.
great. Donnarumma had some amazing saves even. Yeah, you couldn't have said it better than how you said it, but Inter just got worn down.
Yeah,
PSG were just too intense.
Exactly. I think PSG might have my favorite back line to watch. With Hakimi and Nuno Mendes, it is unbelievable. And then, like, we've talked about Pacho so many times. I still don't know anything about the guy, but he's so good.
Yeah.
Every time I watch him play, he's so good.
First Ecuadorian to win the Champions League final.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, Marquinhos. Everybody knows that guy's a baller. and
Yeah,
has
12
been for
years at PSG without a Champions League. Finally did it. First one in history.
Unbelievable.
And
Yeah.
every time it's in Munich.
Yeah,
Got a
which
new
is
champion,
crazy.
so-
Which is crazy. I believe the last 5 Champions League finals have been shutouts. I think is what I saw. Something like that.
Chelsea's was.
I feel like
That was in 2021.
the last couple have been shutouts, is what I saw somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're exactly
Oh my!
right.
Wait, it goes since 2018, 2019. Liverpool beat Tottenham 2-0. Then Bayern beat PSG 1-0. Chelsea beat Man City 1-0. Real Madrid beat Liverpool 1-0. Man City beat Inter 1-0. Real Madrid beat Dortmund
way.
2-0, and now PSG beats Inter 5-0.
No one wants to lose. Everybody's just so passive.
Yeah, it's crazy. But PSG
Wow.
came on the attack, and unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's crazy is before that, the last shutout was 2009 or
And
2010.
it was Inter Milan.
It was Inter beating Bayern.
So, I mean, but I do got to say, like, I do feel bad for Inter, but just the way
Yeah.
that they got beat, it wasn't a reflection of their season, really.
No.
I mean, they were much better.
Not
Much
at all.
better.
And I thought, a part of me thought maybe they are going to rise to the occasion because they had a heartbreaking way to end their Serie A season, not getting the win on the final day.
Yeah.
And coming in second place by 1 point.
Yeah.
On the final day of the season is
Mhm.
awful. And so you would almost think maybe that lights a fire under their ass
Yeah.
or something, but they just didn't look right.
They were playing catch up the whole
Yeah, PSG was just so much better than them, and now their manager's leaving,
Yeah.
so that's tough for Inter.
Yep.
But they might be getting Cesc Fabregas, and they maybe already have him. I can't keep up with transfer news; it's so difficult, especially with managers, because
Yeah.
I'll get the most conflicting news on managers.
Yep. I did want to mention, though, I have something on what happened after the Champions League final.
Oh,
concluded.
Yeah, not good.
Not good at all, but it is news. So PSG obviously won their first Champions League title. The kind of days after, though, obviously people paraded in Paris. I don't really know if paraded is the right word there. Maybe rioted.
Yeah, it's pretty close to rioted, I think. I
500
saw a lot of smashed windows and looting.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fire.
559 people were arrested, 192 injured, and 2 people died
Yeah.
after they had won the Champions League final.
Yeah, I think that they potentially found an excuse to cause chaos.
Yeah. Well-
Things like this occur in Paris, and this is not to be like insensitive, but like things like this just kind of happen in that place. And I
Yeah.
don't know necessarily what it is, but like it's not it's not the people that just love the sport that are doing that. That's never
It's
how this
always
works.
people kind of take
Exactly. People
advantage.
take advantage of
Yeah.
the situation, and like it's a hostile scenario in the first place.
Yes.
It's very similar to what happened with the Kansas City Chiefs and that shooting at the Super Bowl parade.
Yeah, well, the Liverpool parade. I don't know
Yeah.
if we ever talked about that on the
That
podcast,
too.
but a
Yeah,
car just drove through the crowd.
and it was like horrifying video.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god.
makes your stomach sick.
But yeah,
But
it's just awful people that take advantage of this situation.
and what sucks even more is we've said it throughout the Champions League campaign, but PSG Ultras group, and it was even apparent in the Champions League
They're
final. They had the
fantastic.
flares at the Champions League final.
Yeah.
They were amazing, and you even had Jamie Carragher from the CBS booth that was in the stadium of the Champions League final. He was jumping with
Yeah.
them as they were chanting. I mean, they're amazing,
Yeah.
amazing fans.
Did you guys see Carragher and Michael Richards on Speed's stream?
No,
Yeah, they were just like in a van with Speed headed
Oh.
somewhere, and they're all sitting in there, and one of them like Speed's producer said something about a number, and it was like the bit rate like dropped or whatever, or like the bit rate was at like 9,000. So I don't know what the hell it was talking about, and Carragher was like, "Oh, is that how many people are watching?" And he's like, "No, that's just like this number." And Micah's like, "Okay, so how many people are watching right now?" And they're like, he's like 95,000. He's like, they're like, what? Dude, yeah, Speed gets crazy viewership because he has such an international fan base now. Yeah, bro, I used to remember like seeing him blowing up those the Pokemon
Yeah.
fireworks in his bedroom,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember plenty before that, but like I remember that being like the big thing that got him seen. Yeah. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got like one donation, he freaked the fuck out.
yeah,
Messi or Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That's true.
The
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Sui.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Yeah,
global
and like the
super
FIFA
show.
pack openings,
Going to
he was just randomly doing.
Ballon
He had
d'Or
no idea.
ceremonies.
Yeah.
He's like the biggest soccer YouTuber just because of a donation.
Yeah, and he knows nothing.
But he's just good at
he's
it.
learning though.
He is learning.
He
is
knows a
learning.
little bit of Portuguese now.
Yeah, and he's like not bad at playing.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
he
Yeah.
a
played,
good
like
athlete,
futsal.
so he can do whatever.
Yeah, like I always see like the videos of him playing the futsal and stuff. He's
Yeah.
a dog.
His race against what's the
Yeah, that was
pretty decent.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't have
Yeah.
spot. He ran it in like Yeezy boot or Yeezy foam.
Yeah,
runner.
drove like 3 hours, didn't have time to
Yeah.
stretch. Unbelievable.
Shout out to Speed.
Shout out to Speed.
He's such a great advocate for soccer. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's perfect.
All right. Well, that's the Champions League final. Is there any big transfer news that we should like cover right now?
Luka Modric is kind of
Yeah,
big, I
Luka
would
Modric
say.
to AC Milan happened. I don't really.
It
It doesn't do much for me.
for a team that just finished 9th place. I'm not sure that I like that move. I
Yeah.
mean, it's cool to have Luka Modric.
Yeah,
but
I think the problem too is that they're about to be selling off a lot of people. It seems like
yeah.
And-
Chelsea are inquiring about. I never can get his last
Mike
name.
Magnan.
Magnan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excited about that. He's world class. Love
Yeah.
him.
I saw something about. Oh shit! There was somebody like that I was very excited about that I saw that Newcastle was linked to, and now I can't remember who it is.
Was it Cristiano Ronaldo?
It was not. I wouldn't be that excited for Ronaldo at this point.
Yeah. He's done it on Nassar.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought they got him on a new contract.
Can we
Can you
verify
look up
that? I did not
Cristiano
hear that.
Ronaldo contract extension.
I thought he was done.
I believe they got him to sign a new contract because there was the rumors of him coming back to Europe to try and play in the Club World Cup,
Yeah.
but
I hope this isn't real.
I believe he signed an extension. Do we have any word on that? We might not.
I know he's in the.
Yeah, I guess he's just in talks with
Okay.
Al Nassr
Yeah.
about contract.
I'm sure he'll probably get to that after the UEFA Nations League final that he's in.
Yeah,
Italy and Spain played today. I don't know who won. Who's going to be in the final against Portugal? But
I thought Spain and France play this week
maybe it was Spain and France.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Spain and France.
because there was something about Lamine Yamal facing off against Ousmane Dembele was something I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered to care about that kind of stuff.
It's. I mean, they're still playing their starting 11s. And
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, it's
I mean,
awesome.
Vitinha was in the
Yeah.
UEFA Nations League final.
Yeah, it's just-
semifinal.
I can't unless it's the Euros or the Copa America or the World Cup. I'm probably
I
not
respect
paying
it.
attention.
Yeah, I respect
Especially like when we're talking these random ass Nations League group match like
Yeah.
group phase
Yeah.
shit. Nah, I'm good.
You're not a Gold Cup guy?
No, I'm not a Gold Cup guy. The Gold Cup sucks.
The U.S. loves winning that one.
No, dude, they love losing to Jamaica.
And losing to Jamaica. But
That's
owning
why I hate
Mexico.
watching that shit. What?
I'm getting updates.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why did we lose to Costa Rica in the group stage? Like, what are we talking about?
Pochettino's literally our manager.
Yeah. All right. I think it is about that time.
Uh-oh.
It looks like it is about that time. I can see it on my relatively pale
Can't
wrists.
see anything right now.
Ethan actually does have a watch. Ethan, does it say questions time in your watch? No.
8:59.
Yeah, I was about to say it probably says 8:59. All right. Nathan sent us in some questions. Ethan, can you pull them up and enlighten us, please?
All right. Who is your current MLB dark horse to win?
The World Series?
I'd assume.
Okay.
Let me take a little
Yeah, let me look at the standings because I don't want to pull somebody out and just be like, they're just like the best team in baseball. I'm not going to say the Tigers because they're the best team in baseball, but
I already had MLB.com.
oh,
Pulled up, so I forgot to close the tab.
can we change that drop down to just the whole league?
Can't see very well.
A little bit over to the left. Oh, wrong way. There you go. Click it. And down. And yep. Okay. So in the AL, I'm going to go with the Astros. 33-28 right now. I know they're leading their division, but
I think the
I love
Astros
their
is the
pitching.
only right answer in the AL.
Remember when I got a ton of shit for saying they're going to win that division again?
I gave you shit.
I know. That's why I brought it up.
I like the Padres, I think.
Really?
National League, yeah.
Their pitching just concerns me.
Not
Their
good
pitching is
enough
so
for
all over the
any
place. Yeah.
playoff series.
The Brewers are 9-1 in their last 10.
Okay. Let's see the
I
National
don't think
League
they're going to win
preseason.
it though.
The Cardinals are a weird team. I don't know if they have the pitching for it, but they're a fun, weird team. They just play great defense, which is like a crazy thing to be good at in the MLB nowadays.
Bear Bryant smiling.
Yeah, facts. Bear Bryant would love what the Cardinals are doing right now. Yeah, I think honestly I like the Giants too. It's just their offense is atrocious. But when that offense is on and you've got, Logan Webb trotting out there and Robbie Ray,
They win games.
yeah, they win games. So, I don't know. I think those are probably my two dark horses, Cardinals and Giants, and then the Astros in the AL.
I like it.
All right, what's the next question? Ethan, you can turn that TV more towards you. I had overturned it earlier.
Do you think your team is going to be buyers or sellers at the trade deadline?
Sellers for the Atlanta Braves.
Sellers.
You guys are selling?
The Yankees?
Yeah, why?
Well, why are we buying?
To improve?
To improve.
I don't think we really have much
The
room
bullpen?
to. I think I don't really think we buy or sell.
I guess that's fair. The Yankees
So-
don't need to make a ton of changes, but like you guys will make some move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. You guys will
Some
make some sort of
random
move.
reliever.
Yeah. Or just like some kind of depth moves. But
Yeah.
Chris
Same
Sale,
page.
if we keep playing like shit, Chris Sale, enjoy your new team. I know that's going to happen. So
Yeah.
that sucks. I mean, he's got another year of control. He's got a club option and a player option coming up. Like, potentially you could have him for like 3 years if you get him right now. I mean, why would you not trade for him right now? If you're a team that is
Yeah.
struggling for starting pitching.
Actually, a trade that I want the Yankees to make: Devin Williams for Aroldis Chapman, straight up.
I don't know if
Send
that
it.
one's going to go
Chris
through.
Sale's going home.
Sale? Is that what you said?
I said Chris Sale's
Oh,
going
Chris
home.
Sale going home. White Sox?
Chicago.
Yeah, he could go to the Cubs.
Southside.
I would love for him to go to the White Sox. It'd be hilarious, but no.
I want y'all to keep him in Atlanta.
I would
I
love
do
to keep
too.
him in Atlanta. The problem is that we suck. So that's going to be in the way.
Hey, Greg Kimbrell got pulled up, so we have a good closer.
Yeah, Craig
now.
Kimbrell got pulled up, so we have a good closer 10 years ago.
What? Also, how did Kendall Graveman get on the team?
We signed him to a minor league deal in the offseason, I think.
Well, he got the loss.
Remember when Kendall Graveman used to be good?
Yeah, he
That was cool.
84 gold and
Yeah.
or in MLB The Show 20.
Yeah, he was cool
Yeah.
for a second. And then the Mariners traded him to the
Hinge and
Astros.
Ryu on the
Yeah,
Blue
Hinge and
Jays.
Ryu on the Blue Jays is pretty solid too.
Both gold.
Dude, that was when the Mariners also had Ken Giles, who I think also has signed a minor league deal before with the Braves.
Ken Giles and Kendall Graveman are like the same person.
They're very similar. They are very similar. Ken Giles also was a Blue Jay, so let's just bring that conversation full circle. But yeah, Chris Sale, you're gone. If we had any relievers to sell, we would, but we don't. I hope Michael Harris, I don't know, gets sent to the Sun right now the way he's playing.
Oh, Connecticut?
Yeah, the Connecticut Sun. Michael Harris is going to be playing against Breanna Stewart next week. No, go vote on the All-Star game though.
All White Sox and Rockies.
yeah, I need Rockies and Marlins versus White Sox and Orioles.
Yeah, we'll get a 0-0 All-Star game.
That'd be awesome.
When do you think Roman Anthony comes up and makes an impact?
Not soon enough. They just brought him up to AAA, didn't they? And he hit a home run, I think. No, Roman Anthony's awesome. There's just no place for him. When you've got Ceddanne Rafaela playing Gold Glove defense in center, you've got Wilyer Abreu, who literally is coming off of playing Gold Glove defense in right field, and you have Jarren Duran in left. Where the fuck are you putting Roman Anthony?
Nowhere.
There's just nowhere to put him. Devers is not moving out of DH. He's been killing it. There is no place for Roman Anthony.
Yeah, he's going to be traded.
I don't think he's going to get traded.
I mean, they could.
I think
that'd be a good piece of trade.
Okay, crazy question. Would you rather have Jarren Duran or Roman Anthony?
Jarren Duran's proven himself.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying right now. I'm
Yeah.
not saying you're going to trade Jarren Duran at the deadline this year. But I'm saying if let's say Wilyer or Rafaela goes down with an injury or something, and you have a way to bring up, Roman Anthony, and he shows up, he shows out. Would you? Didn't they just sign Duran to an extension though? So you probably can't get that off the books. But I don't know. I think it's a tough conversation that the Red Sox are going to have of how they figure out that outfield.
They could make a push. If they're making a push at the deadline, I mean, you could sell and
you could sell if they play bad,
get something good. But
if they go into if you're getting close to the All-Star break and the Red Sox aren't playing good baseball,
you pull them up.
You probably pull them up, but you also probably sell off somebody.
Yeah.
So that's
I see Wilyer Abreu probably.
Wilyer
He's
Abreu
good,
could.
but I think
but he's another guy. His second year in the league.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to trade that young of players, but that's how all of those outfielders are. They're all good young players.
They're also the Red Sox and with a good right fielder.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Roman Anthony, I would love to see him come up. He'll probably somebody's destined to get injured, as bad as that sounds. So I'm sure he'll find his way up at some point this season. But you probably have to hold for him to be an everyday starter. You're gonna have to wait at least till next year.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. He's only 20, so it's tough. But I do like Roman Anthony. He's awesome.
I hate the next question. Just
Okay.
Preface that.
All right.
Just bad.
Okay. And we like to hold Nathan accountable.
Yeah. Do you think Shador should be getting first team snaps or wait his turn?
Let's see. No. Fuck no.
There's 4 quarterbacks ahead of him anyways.
Yeah.
He shouldn't see the practice field.
Okay. Question though, maybe more realistic question: Should Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders be getting more snaps?
Probably
Use
Shador.
their 3rd round pick or 2nd, whichever.
I think it was a 3rd round pick on Dylan Gabriel.
They used their 5th.
Yeah,
on
that's where
Shador,
I'm at too.
so-
Where it's like you picked him higher, so you probably like him a little bit more.
Shador's throwing to the receivers right now in
Yeah.
Indy.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Shador is such a weird case because he's only still on the roster because he's Shador Sanders. And obviously, we'll have to see what happens in training camp. But look, you're not going to carry 5 quarterbacks into the season. I know one's injured right now, but you're not going into the season with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, and Shador Sanders all on the payroll. Somebody's either going to the practice squad. Yeah, Deshaun Watson's certainly on the payroll.
Yeah,
Too much on the payroll. Yeah, but
Myles Garrett.
you are not going into the season with 4 active quarterbacks on the roster. 2 of them likely on the practice squad. Or one of them probably goes to practice squad. One of them's getting cut. Or one of them's getting traded before the season starts. I don't know who that's going to be, but Shador Sanders does seem like the odd one out.
It's probably Joe Flacco.
Could Flacco just be like, yeah, I'll just hang it up?
I think so.
Maybe. But then again, so you're saying Shador goes to the practice squad, Dylan Gabriel's the backup, Kenny Pickett's the starter?
Yeah.
And then Deshaun Watson comes back healthy. What do you do? Shador is obviously once again the clear one that goes.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. They've put themselves in a weird spot by like trying to like finesse the draft. It's an odd situation.
Mason Graham was good though.
Great pick.
I'll give that to the
Yeah, it was a
Clowns.
good pick.
Great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shador should not get first team reps. He shouldn't get second team reps. He probably shouldn't get first team practice squad reps.
Yeah.
Like
It's
he's
just how it goes. He's fine.
if he's seeing the first team reps, the Browns need to just quit.
Yeah, look, there is a fine line between an NFL quarterback and a good college quarterback. Shador Sanders was a
All right.
good college quarterback.
Yeah.
He wasn't great, in my opinion. He was a good college quarterback. And now he's not an NFL quarterback. I think everybody saw that. Everybody saw that when he was committed to fucking FAU. Everybody saw it when he, I think, flipped to like USF. And then when he flipped to Jackson State. And he was pretty good at Jackson State because it was not competition he should have been going up against. And he also had fucking Travis Hunter to throw to. But he was at Colorado. First year, I would say he was average. He threw for a lot of yards. He got sacked a shitload, and he threw a lot of incompletions. Second year, a little bit more polished, but there was a lot more talent on that roster that helped him out. So I just think that like he has just constantly been obviously aided by his name, as anybody in his situation would gladly do. But it's a little bit of the name. It's a little bit of like the spotlight. And also has to do with the fact that like he's pretty good, so it backs it up a little bit. If he was just atrocious, if he was fucking Michael Jordan Jr., nobody would give a fuck. But like, he's actually like, there's a reason for him to play football. It's just potentially in Canada.
I've heard more about Shiloh in the offseason.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Shiloh is getting raving reviews. He's probably
As
going to be a
undrafted free
yeah,
agent?
he's probably going to be a practice squad guy for the Bucks to start.
Yeah.
But like, he might actually be fine.
And I was low.
Oh, I was low. I was right though about him being undrafted. I said that shit like before the season started for college football. I was like, Shiloh Sanders will be undrafted.
Oh man.
But no, I think Shador is just I think he's lucky that he still can call himself an NFL quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I gave him shit for, in the offseason, especially around draft time,
Yeah,
he deserves his shot eventually.
sure, but like go prove it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Go play in the CFL for the season.
Yeah.
Go, next year I guess play in the UFL.
Him and
Like-
Max Duggan in MVP, right?
Yeah, exactly. That would be a lot of fun. That's what everybody wants to see. The dream matchup we never got: Max Duggan and Shador Sanders. Yeah, I don't think Shador's really got a spot right now. At least not in Cleveland.
Definitely not first.
Too loaded.
Yeah,
Too loaded.
and not a good loaded, just loaded.
Just loaded.
All right, what do we got?
Would you rather have the best pop time in the league or the best arm in the outfield?
Ooh,
Arm in the outfield.
pop time is an interesting thing to have.
If you have the best pop time, you're throwing it.
Yeah, if you've got the best pop time, you are a huge asset to a team.
You're likely throwing him out way more than the best arm in the outfield.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're going to be the direct reason for outs. But the thing is, okay, are we saying you're like a serviceable fielder? Like if you're in the outfield, maybe you have this insane arm, but like you don't have great range.
Yeah.
Or like, whatever that is. And then for a catcher, maybe you're not good at framing. Maybe you don't have good velo
Yeah.
throwing down from the catcher spot just because you have the high pop time.
I
But
think
pop time usually includes the throw.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Like maybe it's just a little.
Moving at insane speed.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying. But it's like catcher velo, like elite catcher velo is like 83, 85, like, and that's like top of the top.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I
It's
can
tough.
try
It's
to-
tough. What do you think?
I'd be like Ichiro. I'd be
Yeah.
throwing sliders from the warning track,
Yeah, but Ichiro,
dotting them.
it's not necessarily he threw hard. He was just super accurate.
Yeah.
And he had the
just threw it
distance,
like a
but he didn't
seed.
throw fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he was throwing like 110 miles an hour out of the outfield or some
was just-
bullshit.
Nah, he's still badass though.
Yeah, no, Ichiro's a badass.
I'll take
for
the
sure.
arm in the outfield.
I think part of that too is like if I have the best arm in the outfield, at least I'm getting in the lineup every day.
Yeah.
But if I'm the best defensive catcher on the team, maybe I'm only playing 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I played catcher, so
I think catching is cooler.
Yeah.
Because if they trust you to be behind the plate to catch and you have the best pop time, you're probably pretty good at the other defensive parts of catching,
Yeah.
which means you're a tremendous asset to your team.
Yeah.
If you're good, if you've just got a really good arm out there in the outfield, but you're batting 215,
Yeah.
that life kind of
Dude, I'm
sucks.
gonna have the Yadier Molina stats where it's just like nobody has any stolen bases.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like everybody's career stolen bases, and it's just like 0 versus the Cardinals.
Like every team through this
Yeah.
time, and then the Cardinals have like 2 attempts.
Yeah. Exactly.
Insane.
Yeah. Shout out to Yadier Molina.
Yeah.
Greatest moment of his career when that one ball got stuck to his gear, and it wasn't gear that it could have ever gotten stuck to.
Yeah. My favorite is a spring training game. Somebody like he backpicks somebody at first, and he
Yeah.
like takes his catcher helmet and like points him to second,
Yeah.
throws him out with the steals. It's so sick.
Oh man, yeah, Yachty's awesome.
Yeah.
And like that throwdown when he was playing for Puerto Rico, where Baez didn't even look and just got the tag and pointed at him, that was awesome.
Disrespectful
Yeah.
from-
Yeah, disrespectful from Javi Baez, who's pretty good at disrespecting the sport of baseball and
Like, that was
all
his thing
viewers.
in like 2016.
Oh yeah,
Get the tag and point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sick.
yeah, it was pretty sick.
Love that.
All right, we got one more.
All right, what do we got?
Do you think Maddox could throw a Maddox in this day and age?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he wasn't good for like velo.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't a velo guy, but like, there's still guys right now that aren't velo guys that do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Max Fried's not a velo guy. I'm not saying that Max Fried throws as slow as Maddox did, but Max Fried tops out at like 93, 92.
Yeah.
Same with like Logan Webb.
Yeah.
Logan Webb's like almost good for 8, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I think Greg Maddox would have no problem with his kind of
Definitely.
arsenal. I mean, that's insane movement.
Yeah.
Insane movement, and I think that's as much of an asset as speed,
Yeah.
if not more. So yes, I do
like it.
think that Greg Maddox could throw Maddox. Now, obviously, he threw plenty in his career, considering it's called a Maddox.
Yeah.
I would love to. How many Maddox? Can we look this up? How many Maddoxes did Greg
gonna
Maddox
be-
have? Let's give him a big number. Oh, and those guys too were so good when it came to innings pitched. That's the other. Like, you just don't see guys put up those numbers for innings pitched.
13.
13.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
13 complete game shutouts with under 100 pitches. That's pretty insane.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's
So-
not a lot of guys doing that twice a year,
No.
and he probably got most of those for like a portion, like a span in his career. That's crazy.
That's
Shout out
wild.
to Greg Maddox.
Love
What a
him.
dog. He was a Cub and a Brave. Did he go anywhere else? I feel like he might have ended up somewhere at the end. Maybe I'm thinking of Glavine going to the Mets.
Maybe.
was he a Ranger or a Cardinal?
I feel like
Greg
there's
Maddox?
another blue
Ranger
team.
feels right.
Was it Dodger?
I don't think he was a Dodger, was he?
Chicago and Chicago.
We went
That
back
was
to
right.
Chicago.
Dodgers.
Oh, he was a
2006.
Dodger. Oh, wait. Dude, he
Wait.
started the game,
Yep.
or he got
Yeah.
scratched
He
from
was
that game that Clayton
2006.
Kershaw made his
Yeah.
debut.
2006 and 08.
Exactly the clip I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
It's the 2008. He had
2008.
a 2006 and 2008.
Oh,
Guess
okay.
what the team was in the middle of that?
The
Oh.
Indians.
You're
No.
not gonna get
Who was it?
Padres.
Greg Maddox was a Padre in
I
2007?
have to see this.
What the fuck?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I gotta see Greg Maddox in a Padres jersey. Ethan looks like he just gagged. Oh man,
That's
awful.
It's the gross jersey.
Oh yeah, that I see it now. Oh man, I hate. Oh, and he looks so old.
Dude.
He looks so old.
Why?
Oh, man, how old was he?
was
Go to
he
his
still
baseball
playing?
reference. How old was he?
In 2007, 08.
It says his age
Yeah,
on
I'm
there.
I hate
It's on the far left, I think. Should have his age next to like what year it was.
41.
He was 41.
42.
Damn.
Shout out, man.
Throwing a change up right there.
Y'all don't like
Good.
those jerseys?
God,
I
no.
hate
Cream with the navy? That's pretty sick.
That
Justin
sounds like a
Turner
crazy thing to do.
Or no.
What?
Anthony Rizzo.
What?
Is who I'm thinking.
Anthony
of.
Rizzo? Oh, I
Jerseys.
was thinking of Trevor Hoffman.
That's fair.
I think that's maybe the more likely one than Anthony Rizzo, you fucking weirdo.
I just think
Yeah. All right. Well,
Will
that
Ferrell.
is going to do it for us today, folks. Thank you for listening. Make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. You turn on post notifications. If you haven't, go watch Sports Wavelength. Make sure you, before you even go to Sports Wavelengths, you can go watch the shorts and see the team of the month, or team of the season for the Premier League that Luke put out. And yeah, we got obviously another episode that you'll join me and Colin and presumably Nathan. He should be here on Monday. And then next Wednesday, MLB teams by nationality for you guys to play along with. So that's going to be a blast as well. A lot of fun stuff coming. We're going to schedule the Milk Mile, I promise. We are. Sometime soon, hopefully. Oh, God. We got another picture
Why
of
is it
Padres Greg Maddux.
it just doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Just get it out of here. All right, guys. Luke, do you have a Spanish term for us today?
Sure do.
Okay.
I just learned it today. The verb to catch.
Okay.
Atrapar.
Atrapar. Ethan, give it a try.
What was it?
To catch. It's atrapar.
Atrapar.
Very
you.
good. It's
There we
literally a trapar.
Okay.
To
Yeah, that
trap
makes
something.
sense.
I actually don't know if that means to like catch
It's
or
It's probably
to
more
like catch something.
Yeah, like catch an animal.
But there's another one that's like captuar, which is like to capture.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Might have to
I have
ask
to do some research.
a Hispanic baseball player what they would say if they caught a ball.
Yeah. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Hmm.
Thank you for the Spanish term.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will see you guys on Monday. Luke will be back next week, and you can obviously check us both out in MLB teams by nationality next Wednesday. We'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the weekend. Peace.
Peace.